Sure that's recording. Okay. Hello? Yep, this is Thomas. Yeah, no, I appreciate you, you taking the time to speak with me today. I know you're busy and all, and, I won't waste too much of your time, so we can just jump right into it. I'm not sure if you read the kind of report write up, whatever you want to call it. I sent you before that, and yeah, no problem. I can I'll give you the quick breakdown, okay? And it's Dennis, right? Yeah. Okay, and I just want to before we get too into the weeds, I want to make sure that you are you're the property manager at the building, right? Yeah, okay. Perfect. Very good. Um yeah, so and I think with that we kind of mhm. Well, okay. Well, so this is about the men's bathroom on the first floor of the building, right? Um, I don't know if you've received, uh, comments or complaints from, any other or businesses that are operating in the building or the custodial staff, but there is a very serious reoccurring issue going on. No. Yeah, it's the handicap stall in the first floor men's bathroom. And I'm trying to think of as delicate of a way to yeah, no, I won't cut words then. Every day, sometime in the afternoon, somebody is going in that bathroom and they're pissing everywhere. Let me reframe that. They are pissing everywhere except for in the toilet. Okay, it's all over the seat, it's all over the floor, and God help me, I really don't ever want to check, but I get the inclination that it's all over the toilet paper too. Yeah, I know it is really gross, and imagine my surprise. I go in for my my afternoon constitution, if you will, and I go in the stall and it's ruined. I have to walk all the way up to the second floor. It's so bad, and I don't want to clean that up, and and I'm sure the people whose job it is to clean it up, they don't want to clean it up either, and frankly, I don't think they should have to. This is right. This is you know people should be cleaning up after themselves. Like this is by no means is acceptable behavior, right? And it first kind of started happening, and yeah, right. Well, yeah. What I was gonna say is it first started happening, and one or two times I'm like, okay, well, um, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it happens, but the first couple of times I'm like, oh, that's sucky. Somebody did that, and I went on with my day. I didn't think too much of it. Sometimes, yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's just people don't know how to act right, and it happens. But um, there's nothing I can do about it, and I just move on. But kind of as time went on, um, I realized that there was a pattern and a trend emerging, right? And so what I slowly started to realize, what was dawning upon me is, you know, every day, sometime in the afternoon, somebody was going in the first floor men's bathroom handicap stall, and they were just making it their business to I don't even know what their goal is, to be disgusting, to uh, to pee where they're not supposed to. I guess exactly. Yeah. Um. Well, and right, right. Well, I know, and so what makes me think that this is kind of like I guess you would say more targeted, or that this is one individual enacting this out of some sort of I don't even know why someone would do this. A vendetta. Ugh. Right, right. Well, I know there's like what, 10. Oh, wow, okay, 15 different businesses in this building. We all have customers, clients, employees, whatever, coming and going, and so it's not like you're like sticking it to any one business that you're mad at. I don't understand it, okay? And I'm trying to understand it, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, right? Because I do really believe that this is one person continuously carrying this out. And again, I don't know why, but it's the fact that it's so very consistently around the same time. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Well, okay. It's consistently at the same time, and uh, again, I don't. I'm trying really hard to find a delicate way of putting this. Dennis, I don't want to gross you out. Okay, okay. There's there's a quality to this urine that is um I would describe the individual creating it as very dehydrated. Right, right. I mean, it looks like I mean, there are some days where it looks like somebody just they poured yellow paint, like a brown yellow. You know? Yeah, it's gross. And there's as it dries, there's like a stickiness to it. We don't have to, you know, we don't have to go into any. Right. Yeah, it doesn't need any further explaining. But it's consistent in that quality, that aspect, and again, it's around the same time. Once it reached a certain point where I thought that this might be kind of a reoccurring thing. I started taking notes, and what I would do is I would mark down whenever I noticed a disturbance in the norm of what the bathroom should be like. Uh, I would make note, right? Walked into the bathroom 4:30, pee everywhere. Yeah, and then under that, I would write to my recollection, the best of my recollection, the last time I remember being in the bathroom and remember it being, um, in a usable state. Nobody's perfect. I'm not asking for perfection here. I, you know, sometimes use the bathroom and I don't leave it perfect. Sometimes there's a stray pubic hair on the seat, or you know, sweat mark on the seat, what have you. Um, but I always do my best to try to clean up after myself, and leave it, usable for the next person. And this person is just coming in and they're yeah, yeah, exactly. They're leaving it completely unusable for the next person. They're leaving a mess for the night cleaners to come and have to deal with, and it's uh, enough is enough. Yeah, exactly. No, and as I mentioned, I have logs. I've kept a log going for about, close to a month now. I know it's no, no. That's really why I'm escalating it to you. It's been I've just been recording it, like making notes on this for a month, and it's been going on longer than this. So I'm trying to solve it. I'm trying to get to the bottom of things. Um, if you want to send me your email, I'm happy to send over those logs. And my thinking was, um, I know we have the security camera out in the hallway, right? Okay, yeah. And my thought process was, I could sit down if you want to send me the footage, or you can, whatever you want to do, and um, just figure out, you know, well, I don't know, whatever you want to do is fine, but I want to bring it to your attention, and you have details about when it was last known to be clean and when it was last noticed to be dirty, and uh, I'm assuming you don't have a camera in the bathroom, which is uh, right. It's probably a good thing. Uh, but I figured you know you know when to start looking and when you can stop looking, and kind of look in between, and notice patterns and trends, and um, try to figure out who the heck is doing this, because it's gotta stop. Okay. Well, Dennis, I that sounds good to me. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, that's true. Um, all right. Well, okay, yeah. Just send me your email. I'm ready when you are. Okay. Yep. And that's Dennis with two N's. Okay. Um, at Gmail. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll email you that over, and you know, for my part, I'm sure it might take a while to kind of get to the bottom of this, but for my part, I'll keep doing what I can to keep an eye on things, and watchdog it, and you know, um, well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Um, I think ultimately I just want this place where we come to work, where people come to do business. Um, I just want it to be a nice clean space to be. You know. Yeah, right, exactly. I gotta be here 40 hours a week, dude. I don't want to have to clean up other people's pee pee. All right. Um, all right. Well, I appreciate that. If you want to keep me in the loop, just you'll have my email after this, and yeah, I'd love to know what comes of this, and um, great. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time today. I really appreciate. Hmm. Yeah. No, I was I was just gonna say I appreciate you. You treating this with the kind of gravitas that I think it deserves. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later, Dennis. You take care. All right, bye bye. Well, that went pretty well.